What do I know about Young Life? I know that they're an organization of Christian kids, students at JMU. They sometimes do some fun activities. I've heard of some from some of my friends, and
What about that change?
I think they're Jesus freaks, right?
I know that Young Life is filled with a bunch of Christian kids that love God.
Kids in my high school did it, but I wasn't ever really a part of it.
What do you mean, what do I know? I know it's an organization of Christians who are on campus who like to get together and discuss matters of their religion.
I know Young Life is a Christian organization, that's basically it.
Well, I've been in it for 4 years, and this is my 5th, so I know a lot.
I think just Christian kids do it.
Young Life is a bunch of Christian kids who go around and kind of force their opinions on you about God and not really leave it up to your own interpretation of God. So I feel like it's kind of more of a cult. Like...
I mean, I guess it sounds cool.
I think it's cool if you want to meet every week talk about God. I have no problem with that whatsoever. You know, I feel like that's great. People should do it, whatever. But when you start forcing oh well, why don't you go to Young Life every week? I feel like that kind of bridges the line about how things should be done. I feel like God should be up for interpretation of how people want to practice their worship of God. And I feel like Young Life kind of just it's kind of you have to do this, and it's like a strict, forced schedule, and that's not how religion should work. It's more of a spiritual yourself type of thing.
I think that is pretty lame and pretty lame.
Some kids in Young Life go around campus acting like they're a lot better than other people just because they worship God, and they look down on people that might not worship God.
It kind of sounds like a cult to me.
I didn't even realize they did that much stuff. I mean, the retreats sound cool, but I mean, I'd always heard about stuff like that, but I was never really into it.
It's not really surprising to me. I mean, it seems pretty typical of most of the Christian groups that I've experienced before. They do kind of the same thing, community outreach projects, and I feel like that's what they should be all about.
It depends on how they treated me. If they didn't look down on me, then I wouldn't judge them. I would support their decision. But if they tried to change me or gave too much of their opinion on my beliefs, then I would probably judge them.
But, you know, if that's what they're into, good for them.
No, I wouldn't judge anybody that was into that. That's their business.
I would really only judge someone in Young Life if they started judging me. So, I mean, I have no problem with people going around studying God, the Bible, whatever. I have no problem with that. But once someone starts questioning my beliefs and how faithful I am to God, that's when I get a problem with those type of people. But otherwise, I would never judge anybody for worshiping or whatever type of God they believe in.
I actually participate in Young Life, so no, I would not judge somebody who's in it.
No, whatever they want to do is pretty much up to them. It's not a lot of fun.
I think most people in Young Life aren't really very judgmental, so I don't think that I would have any reason to judge them unless they were going to outwardly judge me for my religion or whatever.
No, I'm in it. Why would I judge them? It's where they want to be. It's where they belong, actually.
Never even asked to join.
I actually was interested in getting involved with some Christian organizations on campus, and I didn't really know which one I wanted to do, like InterVarsity or just a Bible study. So I talked to a friend who did Young Life, and I know a bunch of leaders, and I went to a meeting, and I really liked it.
Nope, never.
I have had people try and persuade me to join. They do it in either a very kind way or a not so kind way. I've seen signs around campus, but I just haven't really been interested in going.
They always kind of encouraged it, but they never really forced it on me. It was my own decision.
People actually have tried to persuade me. I actually went to the first week of orientation week. I went to this Young Life thing, and I mean, it was cool. They were had songs and everything, but they were very forceful about their opinions. on God, which was a total turn off. And but people have tried to persuade me, but it just wasn't my thing from my personal experience, looking at what their organization is all about.
Has anyone ever tried to persuade you?
I'm Jewish.
Personally, I haven't had anyone try to persuade me to join. I haven't really heard all that much about it. I've had a few friends that have mentioned it, but I don't really know if they do a great job of outreaching to the community and trying to get more people involved.
Yeah, of course. I mean, it really strengthened my relationship with him. I mean, there's no better way to get closer to God than be with people in worship.
Connected to God because you're not in a Christian organization.
I don't, but when I talk to people that are in Young Life, I feel like I do, because I feel like they're constantly judging me, and it just makes me question myself.
I feel like I'm connected to God as ever. You know, I pray to God like every once in a while. I don't feel like I'm not connected to God just because I don't go to Young Life and read Leviticus 5:51, whatever. I mean, I don't need to know the Bible by heart to feel connected to God, so I don't have a problem with my God connection.
No, I'm pretty close to God. I read the Bible every day. Revelations.
I wouldn't say that I necessarily feel more connected to God as much as I feel more connected to my peers who are connected to God. So in a way, I get to experience God more on campus than I would if it was just individual.